Hello, everybody, and welcome to a
Went to
fantastic,
silence.
lovely episode of Power Rangers Let There Be Thunder, in which I noticed
With
that we had
sound.
no audio before we started doing into the introduction, which is great.
Progress.
If you're joining us, having seen one of the social media posts or anything else, yes, this is the last episode of season 2. Things are going to happen, craziness is going to ensue, storylines are going to wrap up, and somebody might end up dead.
And time travel is now canon.
Somebody might be Cal. Who knows? I am Matthew. I am the GM for this game and for this lovely group of players. And this is now episode 45. I did the maths. I did the counting. 45. Altogether, season 1 and season 2, episode 45.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
That happened. And with that thrown out, Michael, would you like to start us off?
Hello there. Yes, I am
General
Michael.
Kenobi.
Thank you. I am Michael. I will be playing Pete the Green Ranger. I am excited and worried to see what's going to happen. We are in danger. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Hello. I am Anne. I am very tired. I just got off a plane like an hour ago, and I will be playing Sophie before promptly crashing face first into my bed.
Hi guys, I'm Panic. I play Cal, the Yellow Ranger. I've been working undercover for months and months to get Ninjor to let his guard down around us so we can get on this show and kick his ass on live television.
On that note, I am Michael, the other one. I'll be playing Sarah, who may be the Pink Ranger, but really just wants a piece of that Ninjor Lily because the hell, dude. My likeness.
Okay, I think that. Yes, hello everybody. I am Jay, and I will be playing Q, the Red Ranger.
Hi, I'm Sabina. I play Cassidy, the Phantom Ranger, and I'm just here for a good time.
Fantastic. We ended last session with a strange jaunt through, some time shenanigans that were very briefly swept over and will never be mentioned ever again because time travel's evil. But beyond that, the group were introduced to a different timeline, a different Ryan, and a world that had ended completely differently to the one they knew. A world that, well, for many of them, did not go very well, to be quite frank. We have one psycho Green Ranger, one Pink Ranger who actually is doing fairly well, all things considered. One even crazier, if you could believe it, non-Yellow Ranger, because Cal is just a normal man, having not had these friends to help develop this life that he now lives. Sarah kind of got to see a ranger die in front of her. What that could mean for her in the future? Interesting. Q? Dead. Sorry, guys.
Nice and simple. No drama here.
Dead.
Dead.
The crazy thing is he did that himself. This man actually was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, so like in the dark timeline, Q's just dead. Come on,
Q
get
died.
rid of him."
To try and
Next.
save others.
We
Moving
could have
on.
done.
Yeah.
We could have done something with him, and Jay said no.
No,
And
next.
because of the way that the Phantom
All dead.
Ranger works, there is a Phantom Ranger in this timeline, one that hasn't been seen, but it isn't Cassidy. Where Cassidy is, who knows? Maybe living nicely, peacefully with her family.
Ever after.
The Phantom
Not in
Ranger
Angel Grove,
is-
because that is gone.
Yeah,
If anybody, doesn't remember,
They're
Angel
definitely
Grove
not
is a
Angel Grove.
wasteland.
Mm.
And these are all important things to remember, because with this Ryan back to his own timeline, with the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers of this timeline doing such a fantastic job looking after their own city and trying to bring back the Ryan of their timeline into the fold. It's now time for the Ninjor Warrior competition, something that Cal and Dana have been organizing for a good couple of months now, working with Ninjor's team just to make sure everything is set up okay, working with Vitalogica, not Vitalogica because that's a different game, working with Emigren to make sure that everything is going to
Everybody
be
just goes,
fine.
what?
Everything's fine. Everything's awesome. And on the day of the Ninja Warrior competition, the Rangers from both teams are brought to the base of Mount Aziz, where what was not too long ago the site of a fight between Goldar, a giant bee, and the Rangers has been transformed into a huge obstacle course that somehow has almost a stadium design built around it. Temporarily, of course. Just enough space for people to sit and watch, to cheer on their favorite Rangers. And I'm going to ask everybody, as they arrive with their teammate, as this day comes to be finally, how are you feeling? Are you ready? Are you prepared?
I'm ready to kick Ninjor in his head, in his big dumb blue beetle head.
Let's take it from. We're going to take it from Cassidy, who unfortunately doesn't have a teammate, as Ryan hasn't been brought back into the fold.
I don't
But-
need one.
Yeah, Phantom Ranger. She's got an advantage here, surely. How
Ninjor,
how
Yes,
is
you have a
Cassidy
ninja.
doing?
I'll just hang out with Ninjor the entire time. It's fine. I don't need a teammate. I don't need to do this.
Right, commentary.
Cassidy's the co-host now.
Cassidy's just kind of here for the ride. She's like, I don't need to participate in this, but I guess it's good team building. What's a team? I think I'm starting to learn, so I guess I'll participate.
And
Yeah.
Q.
Yeah, Q's fine.
Yeah. Q's
Yeah.
fine. Ready to show his team how to do it.
I think kind of start the day, like, because he and Chad are paired together, the Blue Ranger from the Lightspeed team. And they just like shake hands, and Q pulls him close and goes, if you're not ready for this, if you make me look bad, I will kill you and make it look like an accident. And then just carries on as if nothing's happened.
Sarah.
He's very competitive. Yeah. Well, Sarah and Kelsey have been preparing for this thing for the entire time. Like, just got back from like a weekend in the Rockies, just free climbing. That's the thing Sarah does now.
This is what
Oh,
happens
yeah,
when you
they
date
are.
someone.
Yeah, that is really. But yeah, they're as prepared as they can be. Actively trying not to be touchy-feely because they're in uniform. So, like, the way Kelsey is dating Sarah, they're not aware that Sarah is the Pink Ranger. Sarah has some decorum sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Cal, I mean, you want to obviously cause damage
I'm here to get paid.
and get paid. You want that royalty check.
Damn right I do. I managed to never have to
that.
pay rent again by becoming a Power Ranger, and now I'm gonna look forward to never having to pay my own taxes again. Because Ninjor will be paying them for me.
Sophie,
Can I ask how much time has passed since the whole Ryan thing?
since Ryan returned to his timeline, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
that a whole 2 weeks. So no one's really seen much of Sophie in those 2 weeks. She's spent all of her free time trading with Carter, and she spent it in Mariner Bay. She's also done training on her own. You know, just doing that thing where she's avoiding her problems and avoiding Peter as a result. So no one's seen her for 2 weeks, really, outside of whatever Ranger stuff they need to do.
And Peter.
Pete is leaning into being he's beaming with confidence for absolutely no goddamn reason. Because he feels like he's going to do really well in this Ninja Warrior thing. Like, you know, it's right up his alley. But his stats do not reflect that. So we
Peter's
shall see.
confident. His character sheet
I am
is
not.
Okay. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning as you step out of a large tent that has been set up to give you guys space to, be yourselves out of the spotlight. You see security all around you, and
The irony of that is genius.
for Sophie and to a lesser degree Peter, you notice immediately that one of the security in the crowd is Sophie's mum. She's
Oh, great.
very nicely dressed up. She doesn't quite look like, but there's just enough of her personality, her demeanor coming through, her not quite disguise, but her uniform to kind of make you stop and look twice, giving you the sense that maybe not all of the security here,
Oh no.
they're not all useless.
No. Dad nowhere to be found.
No dad that you can see.
Oh.
Well, at least I only have to worry about embarrassing myself in front of one parent then. Pete's confidence is instantly dropped.
I mean, it makes sense. They both know and they never miss a competition, so Sophie doesn't really think much of it. She is curious about where her dad is, though. But other than that, she just plays it off.
You walk up a flight of metal steps, the impact of your feet ringing with each step. And the sound seems to carry louder than it should. The microphones, the audio systems are already all set up and turned on. And whoever is producing this show, Cal?
Oh, just saying, I've reduced one of my personal power because while we're more for this, I do want to be in Soren Griffin mode.
I
Okay.
am also in Zio.
Yeah, duh.
Spend the
Oh,
power
yeah.
point. I don't want this. I don't want. I'm not doing this default.
Let's
That's fine.
go, Zio.
The sound, like your footsteps ring out across the makeshift stadium, and whilst you could hear a low din of people talking, chattering, just kind of having a conversation amongst themselves, as your footsteps carry and as your helmets come into view, that silence straight away. Everybody stops talking. Everybody's attention is either on these small, to them, individuals walking up these steps, or one of the many cameras that are set up around the stadium for them to watch in, a little bit more detail. You don't see Ninjor standing there, but you do see Captain Mitchell, who's wearing his full uniform, looks fantastic. Not completely shaven. He's still got his facial hair, but everything just looks fresh. He looks well prepared for what he's here to do today. And he gestures for you all to step forwards and calls out to the crowd. Today, everyone, we are here to see a competition between friends, teammates, Power Rangers, as we get to see who will be crowned as Ninjor's number one. There are prizes, we are told.
I bet any money it's plushies.
I'm here for it.
Not riches or
Oh,
fame,
probably. Yeah.
because of course, who needs fame if they are a Power Ranger?
Because Power Rangers need to keep their identity secret,
We
don't
hear
they?
there are good things to come. And we have to thank
Look at me.
our yellow Thunder Ranger and, of course, our pink Lightspeed Rescue Ranger for helping to organize this in the first place. Because without these teams coming together, this would never have been accomplished. You see a long series of obstacles set out before you. And what I'd like first from each of you is an initiative roll. No, you cannot follow the Red Ranger,
I was going to say, only if I
Taylor, I
am
can-
not
but
gonna.
then he is going first.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with him going first, but if he offered follow me, I'd happily take it because I can move more than him.
Matt,
Yep.
we can't roll initiative without being in the combat tracker.
1 minute.
Game is also paused, dear boy. Train.
I'm so used to everybody rolling their own dice. Yeah, go ahead and roll some initiative dice for me and see who gets to go first in this lovely competition.
Oh wait, that's not supposed to be a snag.
It wouldn't be me.
Well, that worked out. right.
Aha. Yeah.
I mean, look, that's a free
That's
story
what we
point
like.
for you only.
Yes,
Hold
I
on
did
to
drop
it.
it in the chat.
Not an
I will
initiative.
say it out loud now. everybody watching, the team currently is only able to use their own private pool of story points. So we all arrive with one. So if any of you wish to donate story points to anybody, the Red Ranger, then please feel free with your channel points because we are really going to need them this week.
Hey, enough of your red bias.
There is never enough of my red
It's
bias.
God's red bias, honestly.
And for those of us who have like 30,000 points, are we barred from buying our own story points?
You are barred from buying your own story points, yes.
Well,
Matt,
that's just...
Can we
Well-
buy each other story points?
You can buy each other story
Yeah,
points, yeah.
So
Flex. Flex.
who is everybody's partner? I know Chad is Q's and Kelsey's Sarah's.
Sophie's is Carter.
And Cal's is Diana.
And
Dana?
Peter
He's the one that's
Yep.
left.
is Joel.
Joel.
Peter gets the Green Ranger. Which
Hey,
is
green
quite strange,
team!
but it
Peter
worked
got
that way.
Joel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the green team has an extra story point because Jay wanted to flex.
I got in first.
There he goes.
Let's just roll. Sorry, 25 for yours.
Yep.
Okay.
The 25. Jeez.
Yep. So, even without the follow me, we do have the Red
Sorry.
Ranger going
Just
first.
over here.
Cool, sick. I love how I'm not there.
I was just trying to work out Panic is 14. I need to roll your dice so we can get you onto the initiative tracker. It's the quickest way to get you on there.
I don't
even
know
if
what
I
this
amend it afterwards.
I don't know what exchange people are trying to do here. I'm not spending any channel points on
You
this.
don't have to. I was just being nice.
There is
Is
no
everybody
way
giving
in
each
hell.
other?
I mean, Jay and UK Michael exchanged to give each other a story point, and
Bribery.
now Sabina
I
has
wonder if
given
this
me
was
one,
established before the game.
and now Aknith has given Sophie one.
I was just
So-
being nice.
This
I'm
is the
just a good
biggest waste
person.
of channel points.
I have too many.
We have,
I didn't do it that time. 2 seconds.
just for everybody watching, we have Q, Cassidy, Cal, Peter, Sophie, and then Sarah, who really rolled a 1. Really rolled a 1. Okay, sorry, Sarah.
I got
Um,
tagged. Yeah.
You will all be competing on the obstacle course at the same time,
I'm built to follow you.
but for the first roll of this, Q will get an upshift.
All right. What am
You're
I rolling?
directed to take your positions, and they have been marked off in the colours of the teams that are competing. So for everybody, it's a multitude of colours, except for you have the 2 Green Rangers just
God
standing
damn
on a
it.
green space, and poor Cassidy on her own. However,
Singing
okay with
power
this.
ballads and drinking white wine.
as
My
the
thumbs
game
up.
begins, Cassidy is joined literally as the whistle blows, as this sound pierces the air, by a blue armored individual who none of you have seen except on television.
I
Even
attack him.
Cal and Dana,
Kidding.
who have gone through representatives, spoken to him on the telephone. Nope. This is, as far as you are aware, Ninjor in all of his crazy blue armored glory, who is standing next to Cassidy. As you start the competition and run onto the first obstacle, a simple race to the end of the line, which is just a very easy athletics check, difficulty 5.
Athletics round, wasn't it?
You said if we
Okay.
have a point in it, we'd get an upshift, yeah?
Matt,
Yep.
Matt, I have a question. Actually,
Yep.
you know what? I'm gonna ask this privately because
Oh God.
so just keep an eye on just like slide an eye onto Discord
Okay.
Okay.
So
in a second.
I roll whatever I've got, if I have a point in it, plus an upshift from my team buddy. Yeah.
You do indeed.
14.
So, if you're rolling a dice roller, pop your results, like speak aloud your results for me. Difficulty 5. What did you get? Let's go in initiative order. What did you get, Cassidy?
I got a 10.
You got a 10. Peter? No, that's Cal next, sorry.
Cal, 21.
Oh, Cal's showing off a bit there.
Really not. The D20 is fickle.
Peter?
15.
Sophie?
9.
And last but not least, Sarah.
17.
Fantastic. So you will be, or I will be, tracking your successes
This
and
doesn't
degrees
have...
of success, which will be adding up at the end of this competition to
Well,
work
the
out
description for that is gone.
who wins. As you race through this to get to the line first, Cal, faster than the others it seems, speeds ahead with Dana quick behind him. They reach the front of this small lane just in time to see a
Oh, wait.
putty and a battling, both seeming to be wooden targets, pop up out of nowhere. They do the same for everybody. Cal?
I know it doesn't really matter because I rolled the highest anyway, but I rolled the wrong skill dice. I have more than I thought I did.
What did you get?
So that's 23.
Oh, that's
23
fine. That's
instead
still
of 21.
4. Yeah. Fantastic.
Supercharged essence. Forgot about it.
Okay. As you reach the end of this race, this first step in the obstacle course, a putty and a battling target pop up. They both seem to be made out of wood, very two-dimensional. Clearly not actual putties or battlings, though straight away you notice that just like the first putties you ever fought, for 3 of you at least, on the first day that you became Power Rangers, these ones are misshapen. They have arms that are too long, legs that are too small, strange growths growing everywhere. What I need you to do for me is to defeat these obstacles in your way. In whichever
Okay.
way you wish to do so, whichever skill you wish to roll that would defeat them. The difficulty is a grand old 12.
12. And Diane is giving me an upshift on...
Yep.
Okay. So
Dana
let me
is giving you an upshift on your attack.
let me count my upshifts.
Yeah.
So starts at that, goes to that, then to that, then to that. And then okay, I think this is just normal because upshift from supercharged essence, upshift from the blue spectrum thing, and then upshift from lightning damage, and then upshift from Dana. So here's Wonderwall for the first attack on I guess the putty.
Yep.
Okay. So you said it was a 12, right?
It was a difficulty 12 for the putty.
Well, I have 3 story points, so I'm going to re-roll the nat one I rolled on my d20. That is a critical 24. Yeah.
Fantastic.
For the first attack.
Only one attack's needed. It's just as
Oh, I thought you said there
is
were two.
defeated.
No, because there are two
Oh, the
enemies, right?
party and the battling. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just a case of
So yeah,
defeating
second
them
attack.
as an
Bat. Oh,
action.
I only have to defeat one of them
Yeah.
to leave. All right.
And they're like
Yeah.
one pop up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. There you go.
Cassidy.
That's it.
I summon my sword and I just slice through it with a 13.
Fantastic.
Critical 25.
Sarah.
All right, 1 second. Me. So we get 1 from that 10, 12. Hold on. Brain misfiring. 1 from Kelsey. 2 from Sharpshooter. 4 of Chips. Okay. Oh god, what is this? So many.
Critical
Do I have to
24.
reroll any of this? Do I care? No, we're good. Yeah. I was thinking I
critical
can
24,
reroll
so that's-
1s and 2s, but we're good.
Okay. Q.
Triple critical, baby.
Q, whilst he's running, summons his segmented sword, and he kind of goes into a kind of horizontal tumble as the segmented blade curls around him, and he spirals into it with a nice 17.
And Sophie.
Let me see. Okay, that's an upshift for that. Wow, that's great. Hate it. Sophie is distracted and her aim is a little off. Yeah.
It just takes her a little bit longer to destroy it. She still gets through it. It just takes her a little bit longer than the rest, unfortunately. With the second of these obstacles defeated, you so focused on sort of what's in front of you, you've kind of tuned out a lot of what else is going on. People seem to be cheering their favorite rangers, and with these targets defeated, you hear Captain Mitchell in the background, still presenting this competition. 2 teams of rangers, not necessarily chosen, even the Lightspeed Rangers, but called to this duty, stood up and did what was right, what many others wouldn't, and threw themselves into danger at the first sight of a threat. And they defeated their first enemies on the day that they became Power Rangers, officially, properly, for the world to see. And you hear more applause and even see some familiar faces in the crowd. You see lovely Claydoya's Pete. You see Bert and Ernie moving through the crowds with juice, smoothies, carrying them as much as they can, just trying to, make some money going on, because you have to, of course, in this sort of economy. Leading us into the third obstacle. because stretched out before you, very strange for Ninjor Warrior, is a large open space with go-karts.
Yay!
Oh
It's very much an obstacle course itself. There's debris scattered about, and as you kind of jump in these go-karts, you notice
I did not sign up.
that everything seems to be themed around a carnival. You see cardboard cutouts of food, like a barbecue going. You see a ladder stretched off into the distance with people trying to climb it. Ninja warriors, ninja garbed assistants, competitors, just making fools of themselves for the crowds. And you flash back to that carnival and Pudgy Pig. Go ahead and make me driving checks. Difficulty 10.
Mm,
no.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to see if this helps my roll. Dun, 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 dun.
We're gonna go with Sarah first. We got 3 people with 3 successes on that last one, so we're gonna go with Sarah first.
I'm bad at this. Holy crap. Okay, we'll take it again.
I'm bad at
19.
this, she says,
No, 19.
as she gets a 19.
Straight
whims of
D20,
the
yo.
The whims of the D20 are fickle.
It's true.
Peter,
Oh, I got an 18, dear boy.
Cal,
Also, sorry, I was
20.
just going to say also the description of the crowd on that. I've got in my head actors playing us, unmorphed, doing like the the thing.
roll me an alertness check, Peter.
Yeah,
Difficulty is.
I got 8.
I was going to say the difficulty is your speed, your evasion defense.
Oh, well, my
So,
evasion defense
yeah,
is an
you
18.
did not get that.
Very focused on go-karting.
Yeah.
Go,
Cassidy,
20.
20.
I also rolled a 19, but I have a D2.
Fantastic. Q,
Singing the dun 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 dun. Dun. Help! I got a 21.
Ooh.
and Sophie.
Throwing bananas.
13, but it's a critical 13.
13, so that's 2 successes. Fantastic.
Like I'm
critical.
making up for it now.
Yep. Whilst she may not have been as quick with the putty, she definitely jumps into that go-kart and sort of swerves, maybe bumps into Peter,
Totally
like
on purpose.
shunts him out of the way a little bit, you know.
Totally
Swearing
on purpose.
Ninja Warrior.
When did this become bumper cars?
I'm sorry, it worked, didn't it?
And you get to the end of this
Not the point.
go-kart competition literally by hitting a ramp that gives you air for a good few seconds. You land, screech to a halt one by one, and you hear Captain Mitchell shouting down the microphone, "Now, everybody watching, please, I have to say, do not try this at home. Unsupervised. These are Power Rangers. If any of them did take a tumble, they would still be okay." You climb out of the go-kart, rushing to the next obstacle, and you see Pudgy Pig again not the real Pudgy Pig. You know for certain it's not Pudgy Pig. But this one is clearly a man or a woman in a suit.
It's someone who oh no!
Oh no, I can't.
And
Hard.
they
However
have
much you are being paid, it is
these
not
sort of
enough.
batons with the foam ends on either side of it, and they are standing on a platform
Big
about
pugil
20 foot in
sticks.
diameter that is just slowly turning.
Oh, this poor person.
You are not being paid enough.
You're going to have a very bad day.
So this one is going to be interesting because I need you to
Oh,
make
boy.
me either
Are we supposed
an
to have a-
athletics or acrobatics check to stay on your feet, the difficulty of which is going to be a 10. Yes, you can fly, so you can indeed fly.
I was
and
gonna ask,
get
can I
that
just
success.
waive the check and
Yes.
just fly?
However, before you choose to waive the check, if you fail the check, you get a downshift on your attack. If you succeed on the check, you get an upshift on the attack. If you waive the check for
I
whatever
can
reason,
just roll normal.
you just roll normal. So if you've got any sort of ability that will allow you to clear 20 foot in distance and still attack, anybody? Multiple
Yes.
people?
Yes.
Everyone.
I might,
I think
yeah.
everyone, literally. I think. But yeah,
They are
I'm
welcome
just
to do
gonna
so.
I'm just gonna take that normal.
Yeah,
Eh,
just power jumping.
Do
but
we can I roll the attack now, or do we have an order
Is
for that?
No, I
anybody
don't.
rolling
I'm
an athletics or acrobatics check?
I am.
Go ahead with that for me.
Oh, so
Yeah, I am.
we did.
Yeah, 25.
roll an
Sophie,
acrobatic.
I don't know what happened.
14.
Do I spin
14,
one of the
fantastic.
2
So
story
you will
points
gain
bit?
an upshift. Q,
I rolled it. I rolled a 25.
you will also gain an upshift. We have lost a Sophie. I'm hoping it's just an internet issue and she's going to pop back on. Just like that. Literally as I spoke,
Hey,
she
thank
popped
God.
back in.
All right.
There we go.
Take that, gremlins.
Welcome back.
Ayo.
Is Sophie going to be rolling an
I'm gonna get-
acrobatics or athletics, or is she going to be using an ability to clear the distance and attack?
What is the distance, by the way?
20 foot.
Can yeah, can she do it with the smoke cloud?
Yeah.
Can she do it with flare?
Yeah.
It's an attack. Okay.
Yep. Just before anybody rolls attack rolls, just make sure we've got everybody that's rolling the athletics or acrobatics. Anybody else?
Oh, we could have rolled attack.
No, it's not an and
Yeah,
or. It's if you
I'm
have an
doing an
ability.
acrobatics.
Oh,
Go
okay, yeah.
for it.
I,
Roll
I,
for
waive
Sarah
it.
for me.
I rolled a 14 for my athletics.
And I'm gonna spin one of my stories. Because why not?
Actually, no, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna let's see. Yeah, that sucks. 13. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Terrible. Well, I mean, I was expecting more.
So, Cal and
They're
Sophie
trying-
are using
fine.
abilities to clear the distance still.
Kids in the audience somewhere.
Actually, that doesn't make sense. So otherwise, you would just acrobatics away or whatever, right? You
So
wouldn't
essentially,
actually get
you're
to attack.
using athletics or acrobatics to keep your balance on the platform as it's just spinning around so you can make the attack. If you succeed, you'll gain an upshift on the attack roll. If you fail, you'll gain a downshift on the attack roll. If you've got an ability that lets you bypass it, you'll just roll the flat check for the attack roll.
Okay. No, I'll go ahead and clear the distance, and I will.
Fantastic. Okay. What we'll do then is we'll go with Sophie first. Flat attack roll for me for Pudgy Pig against a difficulty of 14.
So I get an upshift for supercharged essence. I get an upshift for my
Just to be
power
clear,
weapon.
sorry. Melee weapon attack against
Ah.
Pudgy Pig.
For finesse. Okay.
Oh.
That was just for everybody.
Okay. Carter, grant me an upshift
Oh, no.
for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Great. We'll see how this works out. Wait, sorry, okay, so that's supercharges. Okay,
Fantastic.
I'll take it.
You summon your power. You summon your power bow in
There-
your dagger form, but
Yep.
as you do, as it pops out through the grids, something you're very familiar with, you're kind of given a pause for a second because these aren't your weapons. They look like your weapons. They've got the same sort of balance, but they're foam. And you have no idea how that happened.
Wait. Does that mean they don't get the bonus because they're not actually a
They
power
still get the
weapon?
bonus.
Power foam weapons.
You
I got
have
it.
no idea how this has happened. As you've summoned them, they're power weapons. They've come from the grids, but instead of blades, you've essentially got the equivalent of like LARPing Power Ranger weapons
Is it-
in your hands
these like
as you go up
The
against
Nerf power
this.
weapons that they made in the 90s.
Yeah, as you go up against this pudgy pig that is clearly somebody in a suit who's wielding this weapon like something off of a TV show in the 80s or 90s. And yeah, it is 100% foam. But you do defeat Pudgy Pig and make your way to the next step. And we'll go Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and
Oh.
roll me that attack roll.
Okay. So I have bad news for the guy in the Pudgy Pig costume.
Yep, that feels fair.
Critical 28.
So that is
So I kill this
three
dude, right?
successes.
So
But
I
again-
kill this dude, right?
As you go to attack, as your power weapons are drawn, your
I was
tonfas,
just gonna use my leg. I was just gonna kick him in the head. I'm kidding, obviously.
you again, like the balance is all there. Everything looks exactly the same. It is just like somehow somebody has gone into the grid and replaced your weapons with some kind of foam replicas. And the Pudgy Pig you hit does go bouncing across this circle platform
I
and
two-handed.
drops down onto a huge pile of foam below. He hits the net first that slows his fall and just drops into the foam below.
Could those of us who have summoned the power weapon make like an alertness insight check about, hey, maybe this Ninjor guy is a real, like an actual
You
real
know what?
one,
Yes,
and not
go
just a
ahead.
business
Make
tycoon.
me an alertness insight check. Both you and Sophie.
All right,
so
Sophie,
far.
I'm counting on you. My alertness insight is bad, so. Yep, 12.
I have an edge on that. Okay, it's
please.
all right. I got this.
Please hit this.
Really? Come on.
That's exactly what
I
it was.
am Ninjor.
So yeah, 14
Okay.
and 12.
You both get the sense that
Okay, thank Christ.
as Ninjor flashes
Actually,
across
I
the
can-
platform, assisting Cassidy, who will be rolling next. So if you want to roll, go ahead and do so for me.
I already rolled. Do you want me to roll again?
Oh no, if you've got an attack roll rolled, then you can tell me the results in a second.
Okay.
He kind of looks at the two of you, and for a moment you're fairly certain that if you could see his face beneath this
There's
helmet,
just a big cartoonish wink.
he would have a grin, a wink, and he just disappears in a puff of smoke and reappears on the platform just 10 foot away from him. Cassidy, what did you get for your attack roll with your upshift?
Critical 15.
Critical 15, fantastic. Q.
Yeah. That's a 29.
Just a normal 29, not a crit?
Unless you'll let me have a crit for a 20 on my d20 and a 9 on my d10, then
I will not.
no. Just
Good try,
a
though.
normal, bog standards, not that impressive 29. Yeah.
Sarah.
Right. Can because this is theatrics, make a proposition.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Performance. I don't have a melee power weapon. Yeah.
So you
So I'm
want
going to be like my
like stage
thought
combat?
is Kelsey and I are gonna do like a showy stage combat. Like
I will say yes, but I'm going to
she's
give
gonna
you a
like
difficulty
do some
of.
showy clips. And
I'm going to give you a difficulty of 20 because
Yeah.
everybody is very clearly watching and focused on this fight.
That's fine. That's fair. But that's better than trying to make a might check.
What if he uses Kelsey's stats because Kelsey is the physical attacker in their power couple? Yeah, do you want to take my suggestion now that you've rolled that 10?
I mean, oof. Considering all of the skill dice you get to roll. Was that with
That
your
D20 was
additional
on 19
upshift?
for a hot second, and then everything spat into it.
Was that
Yeah.
with your additional upshift from the?
And there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, because even on a 12 plus a 7 is still just a 19.
I think.
Oh, true. Yeah. The two of you and Pudgy the Pig get into a bit of a brawl, and
There's a dust cloud.
unfortunately, as fists go flying, they're just, you've seen stage combat, you've taken part in stage combat, you've done the training, but some reason it's just not with you today. You're throwing the punches, and they are really wide. They're like dramatically wide, and you hear in the crowd.
Oh, I
just a little
did
bit of
forget
booing.
the upshift for succeeding my check. I don't know if it'll matter. Can't matter. Okay, never mind.
You could get you up to a 19, but not to the 20, unfortunately. Cal did the maths for us.
I think
Exactly.
Pudgy Pig is there going, right, I've got this,
Yeah.
I've got this, I got this.
He
Gets
does
back up,
go
he's just like,
down, but it's a really dramatic, like, kaplop, sort of rolls off, and you can see his feet kind of kicking him off the platform.
tuck and roll.
Yeah. Peter. If you're talking, you are muted, sir.
I am indeed.
Every
Sorry
time.
about that. A train went past. I muted it. I forgot. I got a critical
Train.
27 with my dragon dagger, dead boy.
Critical 27.
A foamy
Thank you
dagger
very
of goodness.
much.
Foamy dagger of goodness.
Can it still make the noises though?
I was gonna say it was just like, but it sounds like a kazoo.
I was just about to say it sounds like a kazoo.
Make me a
I was gonna-
performance check, Peter.
I was gonna say the opposite. Because it's a toy, it sounds better than your actual dragon
Yeah,
dagger.
make me a performance check, Peter.
Oh god, I don't have any points in performance. Where's that other D20? I need
But
to
it
roll
will
a
be a
snag.
flat D20 because of the
No,
fact
flat
that you've
'cause
got your.
assistance.
Oh,
Joel
well, that's
Feldman.
beautiful because I rolled a 20 and a 4. So without that, I got a 20.
Was that the first one you rolled?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Well, I can't tell which one landed first. You just want me to roll it again?
Please for us, yeah. Flat D20.
I got a 2.
You got a 2.
Yeah.
You bring the dagger and you try to play it, and then oddly, almost as if Ninjor had planned for such an occurrence, an animatronic dragon's head burst up from the ground, roars.
Oh,
It's not an animatronic dragon head. It is the Dragon Zord. It's
No,
just
it
it's
is
been
an
roped into it.
animatronic dragon's head
He just
because
pops
the
out the head,
Dragon
right.
Zord is not here. This has
Like a
all been
giant-
staged for the performance because, Peter, this animatronic dragon's head is going to be part of your next obstacle, good sir.
Oh, hello.
it's actually a
I was-
sock puppet.
I was just gonna say for this bit, Ninja just employed the Dragon Zord to do this.
Because whilst everybody else runs towards what appears to be a industrial area of some sort, there are shipping containers made up of cardboard about 2 foot tall, stacked on top of each other to give the impression that you guys are much bigger than what you actually are. You see Peter
You're really gonna make me
somehow
relive the worst day of my Power Ranger life.
teleported away with Joel to fight the dragon.
Why am I fighting my dragon?
Damn that.
So,
sucks. Bye.
Peter, please, will you make me an attack roll against your Dragon Zord's toughness?
But why am I fighting my dragon?
As you are teleported towards it, it very clearly tries to consume you, its mouth rising up and trying to chomp down on top of you.
Now,
I'm not
Just-
sorry.
So,
oh,
one
no,
second.
Go ahead,
Q?
Jake, go ahead.
As I say, I'm not looking for spoilers, but are we all going to fight the same enemy in the next round, or? Because if so, I need to send you a message.
There will be no dragons other than
Okay.
the silly sausage who summoned and failed to
okay.
summon his
So I
dragon.
was, to be fair, I was gonna say I didn't play that tune, but I like where this is going, so let's crack on.
It's a 17
Indeed,
for
it
me,
is.
Peter.
Because even though he knows it's not his dragon, subconsciously he's going to be attacking his dragon, so I'm going to impose a snag on myself.
I'll allow that. That's fair. I like it.
So I got a 5. I got a critical 15.
So you failed.
I did.
Just to be clear here, okay. You
If I
get
didn't-
a critical 15.
If I
You
didn't
did in
impose
fact
that
fail.
snag, I would have got a critical 25. But such and such, it is thematic.
As the dragon's head sinks down on top of Joel and Peter, you see the mouth chomp down on the ground on either side of them and consume the dirt.
Why?
But in a puff of green smoke, the 2 Green Rangers are teleported away from where they were to the end of the industrial area with all of these shipping containers.
What the crap was that about?
Cal,
Uh-huh.
you see dressed up in costume loads of individuals wearing suits. They seem to be holding water guns and they are enjoying running around squirting others who look to be dressed up as pussies.
Matt, you know I have to ask. Is one of them really our boy? Regional manager of the Happy Yak Cafe Shack? Is one of them him? Is he here?
Is it Graham? Is Graham
Make me
here?
an alertness check, difficulty 12.
I love Graham. Graham is best.
Remember, I've trained him, so he's
Critical
going to be a
Graham living
badass.
his best life.
Critical 16.
16.
You see Graham in the crowd. He may have
Oh, in
disgraced
the
himself
crowd.
as a real, not sorry, in the crowd, but in the group of people kind of taking Yeah,
This man is
the
playing
melee.
himself.
he
I
is
love
playing himself. He may not have done well as a real security guard,
My
but
king.
armed with a water pistol and trained in the arts of
Hip hop keto.
hip hop keto. Thank you, Jay.
Sarah,
He is now decimating this group.
That's my guy.
For the rest of you, it will
Sarah.
be acrobatics and athletics checks to go bounding over the shipping containers before you
Sarah,
as
you
they
now have
rise and sink out of the ground.
Sarah, you now
What's the
have an
difficulty,
opportunity
please, sir?
to do the funniest thing imaginable.
Sarah does.
It's gone again.
For those who can bypass the obstacle in whatever fashion they can, it will be treated as one success.
How tall is the obstacle?
The shipping containers are rising and sinking like on hydraulics. So if you can fly, if you can phase through objects, if you can teleport in a puff of smoke, you can do so. It will count as one success. For anybody
What
who
is it?
wants to make an acrobatics or athletics check, the difficulty will be 20. Peter will not be taking part because he and Joel are at the end of this, having been defeated
Okay.
by the dragon.
Or having defeated the dragon. Were they defeated
No,
by
I got
it?
eaten. I got eaten.
Oh, he got eaten.
They got
He was
eaten.
happy about it.
And
Then
we're going to
post-snap.
go
Sophie,
with,
Sophie uses raw gymnastics skill.
yeah, go for it. What are we going to get?
It was a 24.
24.
bro.
24? Fantastic.
She did great.
Yeah.
Let's go Cal.
I'll take my
Oh,
success.
sorry, no, Cassidy, who's got her hand up. Apologies.
Has Ninjor been helping me this whole time and I didn't realize
Yes.
it?
He has indeed.
Yeah.
That's why he was with you.
Dumb.
I'm silly. I've
that-
been rolling. I just. Okay,
Sabina, Sabina,
Ninja's trying to help you, and you're like, "Leave me alone! Stop
Yeah, it's
helping
like,
me!
no,
I can do
Ninja,
it on my
no."
own."
Sabina, you're being
I know
arrested
who
for
you are.
secondhand shaboingery.
I don't know what that
Shaboingery.
means.
Straight tomfoolery.
I wasn't sure. I thought he was just coming to hang out. Okay, thanks.
We'll go with Cal next because he got 3 successes on the last one.
I'll take my win. I have wings. I put Dana in a princess carry and I get to the top of this. Sarah, I know you're trying to win, but you have an
Cute.
opportunity.
Look, I mean, if I get crit, full top.
My brain has just stopped. So that's a 14, but I do have my free action to just jump 20 feet. So if my 14 gets me close enough, and then can I use my free action to jump 20 feet as one of my features?
You can jump your 20 foot to gain the 1 success. Oh, yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Cassie, we're going to go with Sarah last because mostly because I want to see what Sarah's going to do. But is that your hand up, Sarah? Or did it just capture you in mid motion?
No?
Okay.
I'm frozen.
Just for a second, I think it
Yeah.
kind of stuttered in mid movement. That's okay. Cassidy, then.
All right, I'm gonna activate my Phantom Suite and then just 25 feet straight through everything.
Just whoosh through the obstacles.
Mhm.
She doesn't
Yep.
try to jump. She doesn't try any funny acrobatics. Just.
Yep.
And somehow, Ninjor is right there with you. You saw him, and you see him at the end. You didn't see him jump. You didn't see. He's just there.
My man T-posed into reality.
Sarah, who has a
Hello,
moment
Pike.
of history here in front of her.
Is there a replica of Q's car?
There is a replica of Q's car. It's a little cardboard design. Again, to scale with the rest of the small cardboard shipping containers. So it's just, and actually, I'll go one step further.
Yeah,
Not only
I'm
is there a
gonna-
replica of Q's car, but it's there's like two sides to the replica of Q's car, and it's got a harness built over it, so you could almost like sling it over your shoulders to almost like on a stage run around as if you were in Q's car.
Oh, this is great. I don't have to spend a PowerPoint to do that.
See, now we are turning this into a performance check. I was like, I'm making acrobatic, and then you went there. Now I want to make it a performance check.
Lightspeed just slyly revealing who we are to everyone, or Ninjor even.
Yeah, no, this isn't Lightspeed's fault. Ninjor is
Exactly.
doxing
You
you.
know, Ninjor did this. Yeah, exactly.
Just
And make it a
put it on the
performance?
list of reasons we
Yeah,
gotta beat him
go
up.
for it. I will give you
Mhm.
I will give you an upshift for the props and for your rather intimate knowledge or intricate knowledge of the setup in front of you.
Hell yes. Yep. I know what's happening. I lived this. All right, come on, baby. Oh my god. All right.
Sarah,
There it is.
How do you-
I'm
how
gonna
do you do
re-roll
this?
that D10.
whilst you're re-rolling this D10, how do you do this? What are you
First
doing
we
with this
re-roll the
performance
D10.
check?
Damn.
Damn. That was a roller coaster. All right. Yeah. Sarah just looks at Kelsey and is like, just follow me. Just stick with me. And just puts the stupid car on and turns on the loudspeaker, like her little speaker flaps, and she just starts making car noises. She like drives in. comes to a stop, much like she did before. Does a series of ridiculous backflips, and then over the are there versions of us in this fight, or are we us?
You are
Is
you.
there like a version? Is there like a Peter I can flip over?
There is not a Peter you can flip over.
Okay.
It's everybody
Alright.
else. Like the scenery is there. The background characters were there. The putties are there. But there's
Use
no
Kelsey.
rangers.
Use Kelsey.
Yeah.
Just like,
Well,
babe, stand here.
well, I just think that poor Graham's gonna have to take up 2 roles, as I will use him as Peter. I also flip over him, just kind of. Sorry to do this again. Grab his gun. And just wheel away.
Squirts a few putties mid cartwheel.
Also
Yeah.
inadvertently revealing your
Yep.
identity to the coffee guy.
Maybe. We'll have to see what
Because
happens with
it
that.
was not the black/pink
Maybe.
ranger who stole his gun, it was some girl.
But it was
Oh,
a very
God.
traumatic night for our security guard slash
Yeah,
coffee shop
Sarah's
manager
face would be
slash-
ingrained on his mind.
Too funny not to do that.
The funniest
Yeah.
possible thing you could do.
Oddly, the crowd goes wild for this performance.
Yoink.
It wasn't what they were expecting, but they go wild. And as Sarah finishes her series of cartwheels and water gun attacks on the putties, there is an explosion of purple smoke and then confetti and glitter that rains down on both her and Kelsey as the explosion that would have been triggered if the Rangers hadn't of found the device goes off. So one of our pink and yellow Rangers is just a little bit shinier than they would normally be.
All right.
Just rolling with it.
Love it.
Shiny.
You stand all now on a platform about 20 foot into the air. Peter and Joel are there as well. As the hydraulics on these shipping containers have lifted up and down as you've phased through and flown and jumped, teleported, Peter and Joel, you ended up here. Peter's got his hand up.
So I was just gonna say, as like the rest of the guys like end up where we are, Pete's just gonna be like, "So, I got eaten by my dragon. How's it going for you guys?"
She just gestures to like the wings currently up.
It was
this is
only a
great.
matter of time.
This feels pretty great. At least I think it does. This is happiness, right?
Ninjor and I haven't spoken a word to each other.
You just look at each other every now and again, like,
Yep.
Honestly, if someone were to take a picture of like everyone
Sarah's
here together,
doing the same
Ninjor would look like he was photoshopped in.
Sarah's like twirling the water gun. I think I have to keep this to maintain the mystique, right? Just twirling water.
Maintain continuity.
I mean, look, you can keep it if you want,
Yeah.
but we are being
Goes under the pillow.
televised. We are being televised. This is very live. You just stole someone's stuff.
it's only a
Again.
water gun. It's a prop from the show.
It's
You're fine.
it belongs to the company.
Given a moment to catch your breath,
And
to sort of talk amongst each other and share in this happy moment, as Cal so weirdly puts it.
I think it is. Like 60% sure.
You notice in front of you is a flower bed.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody else
No.
noticed Hans' face then, but as soon as I said flower bed, there was just like, no.
I
No.
No.
fan before player.
Are there
I know
No.
everything.
are there also ping pong paddles in this?
Not in this bit yet, but
For a story point, there could be.
not yet.
you make me alertness checks, everybody, separately from the competition. This is
Okay.
just a little bit of an interesting little alertness perception.
Okay.
Difficulty for this is going to be 15.
It's gonna be what?
15,
I am
1 5.
I got 11.
I am going to use an idea point because I have them. Why not?
Do we get an upshift from our partner for this?
If you've got alertness, yep.
Oh, then let me. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I want my critical
I am.
20, my critical 22. I don't want that to be higher.
Actually, can I use my grid gifted to either give me an edge or
Ooh.
uplift?
Fucking god.
'Cause it's a smart.
It's just
15
an
exactly.
alertness perception check.
Ah, okay.
Why is this happening?
For everybody that makes the check, you see standing maybe 40, 50 foot away is a cameraman. He has a large, very large camera platform in front of him. He's not holding a camera for a change. He's got the whole rig set up. He's controlling it.
Is it
And
Dwayne?
maybe 10, 15 foot
I
away
missed
from
that.
him
It's Eliza's cameraman.
is Eliza and the cameraman. Not in the flower, not in the flower bed, but commentating on the news as you take part in this competition.
Can
This thing that is rousing people.
I have an idea for
Yep.
my turn.
Okay. the flowers on the flower beds
I don't know.
are comically large.
Damn it.
And what I need you to do, because this one's always fun, and I'll repeat myself in a moment when panic reappears. But, oh no, panic's appearing now. So, with these comically large flowers in front of you, each of you's kind of got your own lane set up on this flower beds. It's about 20 foot wide, enough space for you and your partner to run through and choose to weave between the flowers. I need you to make me a non-combat initiative check.
Oh, sick.
And I'm
I had
specifying
these.
non-combat because there's at least one person who gains a
It's
bonus
me.
to that. It
That's
is
not
you.
a bonus. I have edge.
That's a bonus. Edge is a bonus. It's cool.
So second die. Yeah. Okay.
The difficulty of
19.
which is okay. 19 is 14.
Are you allowing? Are we getting assistance on initiative checks? That's not normally initiative.
Yes, it's
Initiative.
non-combat initiative check.
Not infiltration. Initiative. Take away that snag.
So just for clarity, did everybody succeed on this?
Oh God!
Above a 14 looks like, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Fantastic. That makes my life easy. Any
Yeah,
critic? No, no
actually
criticals
did.
because
Nope, no crit.
Initiative.
Oh no.
you
I shockingly succeeded.
all begin to run through the flower bed with Eliza and her cameraman, who I want to say was called Dwayne, but I have actually forgotten the name, so I apologize.
No, Dwayne was the changeling, our best friend.
I don't think the cameraman had a name. He was just the cameraman.
Then I apologize. You see them
Nathaniel.
narrating, and every now and again, Eliza kind of looks over at the fields and these flower beds, and she kind of has a chagrin on her face. She looks just a little bit embarrassed. There's a little bit of a red to her cheek as she recalls the moment she was pulled away from danger by a certain individual who had to come to her aid. However, with all of this rush to your steps and perhaps a little bit of insight to what you're running through, you all make it across as little explosions of glitter and smoke go off behind you. Always just a little bit too slow to catch any of you, but somehow, as you run through, it is the exact right color. So as Peter and Joel run through, each flower that goes off is green. As Sophie and Carter run through, Sophie will run past one flower and a blue flash of smoke will go up. Carter will run past another and there'll be a red flash of smoke. It's exactly the same for each person. Pink and yellow for Cal and Dana. Yellow and pink for Sarah and Kelsey. Red and blue for Q and for Chad. Oddly, for Cassidy, there is no smoke. And as they get to the end,
There's only fire.
Ninjor just turns around, looks at you, and says, I don't like glitter.
Neither do I.
Dude, socializing is so easy.
You move on to the next obstacle, and you see set out before you, swinging backwards and forwards for you to swing across, are tendrils from a plant, or at least they look like a plant, because as you kind of study them, you can see very clearly that they are rope, just designed to look like vines from some sort of plant creature.
Oh.
And standing on either side are targets set up, shooting these vines, just little tendrils of vines that look almost like small cargo nets designed to ensnare you.
Matthew,
To grapple and restrain you.
I don't like that.
But for each of these
I
little
don't like
cannons,
this.
there is a bullseye above it. And next to you, as you come to a halt, there are ping pong paddles.
Paddles.
They look kind of like discus, things to throw, little discs to throw at a target, but they very clearly have a handle. Nobody at a distance is going to be able to see that these are ping pong paddles, but they are ping pong paddles.
There's only one thing to do.
Blow it up.
I'm going to teleport past it. No, I'm kidding. I am obviously. I can use targeting to throw, right?
So
Because usually it's athletics.
Or athletics to throw, your choice. Difficulty is going to be 15, and then either athletics or acrobatics to swing across, or you can skip it. Your choice. If you skip it in whichever way, you'll get one success. If you manage to do the target in that 15, that will be an upshift for your next check.
Okay. Not a power weapon, but I do get the upshift from Carter, correct?
Yep, you'll still get an upshift.
Can I also aim?
You can aim.
Oh wait, I can't aim because I'll have to move.
No, because you can sort of try to stop your... Basically, by hitting the target, it will stop them from going off. So it will give you that moment to swing across afterwards.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, I'll take it.
So, if we go... I'll go with Sophie first. The difficulty was 15 for the targeting check. What did we get?
Okay, I rolled a 19
A 19? Fantastic.
with a 12 on a d12.
Oh, so you got critical 19. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you two upshifts for your acrobatics or athletics check to cross the obstacle. Cassidy?
I got a 16 on my targeting.
Fantastic. So you'll also get an upshift. We're going to go from the top Q.
10 for my targeting, so that doesn't go well.
So you won't get an upshift, but you won't get a downshift. You will just have to, unfortunately, see what happens as we go through. Could end up grappled or restrained. Let's wait and see. Sarah, if you miss this, I might throw... I don't know. My arms up in the air.
Is the able out of the way, or can't be more than 30 feet away?
Oh, that went very bad. Could you just repeat that for me, please?
The bullseye, is it 30 feet away, or can it be 30 feet away?
There's a whole load of them. You just need to hit one. So essentially, if you've got a perk that will allow you to hit something at a distance, you're fine.
Yeah. My sharpshooter bonus. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. 19.
Critical 19. So that'll be 2 upshifts for Sarah too. Peter.
When you finish the
I
round,
remember
I need you
these.
to come back to
I
me.
got a 19 on targeting.
Just a flat 19? No crit?
Yeah, no crit.
Okay, so 1 upshift for Peter. Cal?
Can I just
You
fly
can
to one
indeed
of the
just
targets
fly.
and punch
1
it?
6.
Like, if I'm allowed to just fly
What's
to the
your
end, I
evasion?
would like to do that. My evasion, 17. No, 18.
18? Let's have a
Wait,
look
nope,
and
I'm
see
wrong.
how
It
well
is
this is
17.
going to go.
It is
17?
17.
Cool.
I'm just asking. Can
You
I
can.
do that?
But it may not go your way.
Uh,
Do you want to?
all right. So what would are the targets like basically at the end? So if I'm flying, I may as well be trying to fly to get to the end.
There's essentially a series of small cannons that are firing
Mm-hmm.
little nets that are designed to look like plants, like ivy and vines and stuff like that, that would grapple you. There's enough of them. You could hit one that's 5 foot away by flying and striking it. You could try to fly all the way to the ends.
Okay, so
It's
but just
entirely up to you.
the idea of flying all the way to the end would definitely be like risking more of them hitting me than just trying to hit like one of the things right here.
Yeah,
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
just flying here.
Yeah, just trying to punch a target instead of shooting it.
Did you say 19?
I did not. Did you
No,
roll a
for
19?
your evasion.
I did not say 19. I said 17.
17. I rolled a 20.
Yeah,
17 and a 3.
cool.
So as you fly to try and strike this, one of the cannons catches you with its net, and you find yourself caught by this. It's designed. It's meant to look like a plant, but it is essentially a rope net weighted on either side that just pulls you down to the ground safely. Again, foam and net beneath you. Nobody's looking to get hurt here.
I'm just adding it to the list.
to the Ninjor list.
Yeah. Reasons I'm going to kill Ninjor.
Okay. And just going back, because I do remember you had your hand up. Q.
Yep. So, can I have attacked the same target that somebody attacked in the previous round?
No, you've got your own obstacles in front of you.
Okay,
I
then
apologize,
never mind.
everybody. Bear with me just 1 second. Nope, that's okay.
What about your other skill? Would that work?
No.
Okay, so
I did mess up
acrobatics
Pudgy Pig. But yeah,
or
never mind.
athletics check, starting with. We're going to go with Sophie, and then we're going to go to Sarah because they both got very nice 2 up shifts. What are you going to do? Or are you going to play it safe and teleport?
I rolled an 11 on my acrobatics.
Is that with the 2 up shifts?
It is with the 2 up.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check. Did I put it on there? I think I did. Yeah. So it's
that-
T4. Yeah, it went all the way up to 12. Wait, why did it? No, I don't know how it got there. Anyway, I rolled it really bad. It's an 11.
You make it across, but as you do make it across, it does take you some time to sort of get there. You are caught at one point by this vine, which catches you unprepared as it kind of animates and grapples hold of you for a second. Sarah. Sorry, go on.
Sophie looks over her shoulder. No, Sophie just looks over her shoulder to see where Q is.
Q, make
Did
me
he
an
also get
acrobatics
caught?
or athletics check.
What is
Bear with me a second, Sarah.
what is the difficulty on this one?
Difficulty is 15. But I just want to see what Q's result is, just for the sake of Sophie asking. When... Q, considering how everything had gone on in the fight, does manage to swing quite nimbly across, and as the one does reach out to grapple hold of him, what do you do?
Oh,
I think he
nothing.
sees
I
it
went to
coming.
free myself. I just wanted to see. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt, who's the question to?
To Q, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Q swinging, sees it coming, and just arches his back so it like bypasses him and then hits Sophie instead.
Oh,
I think that's maybe a nice way for it to work, that he
Yeah.
overtakes her. But yeah.
okay. So that is one success for Q. Sarah, apologies, going
That's
back
funny.
for that difficulty 15 check. What did we get?
We got a 12.
We got 12. Again, you do make it across. It just takes you just a little bit longer to do so, as you are wrapped up at one point by one of these vines that does snare you.
I squared it. Get off me.
Get back.
It's like a naughty animal, and it's just like, no, no.
Just your
Cassidy.
dogs before streaming.
I rolled a natural 1, but I spent my story point. Because I went, no way that's happening.
No.
And then I rolled a 12, and then I got a good number. So on my other die, so I got a 17 total. 12
Fantastic.
and a 5.
So you make it across, avoiding the vine that tries to snare you. That brings us to, I do believe, the last individual, which would be Peter.
Just to clarify, the upshift, is that on top of the one that I get from Lightspeed
Yes.
Green? Cool. So I rolled
The
with
upshift
a
is for succeeding at the targeting check to try and stop the nets from grappling you.
cool. So with the 6 instead of the 4, that's 23.
23, so that is a success. No crit.
No crit.
Fantastic.
19 and 4.
Okay. Here, we are going to take a brief break as you stand on the other side of this platform. Cal, you are managed to free yourself from this net and fly up to the top when Ninjor is standing there for a moment with his arm held out, offering to kind of give you a hand.
Absolutely not.
He reaches out with the hand of friendship, and Cal turns him away.
I bring only
Denied.
violence.
I was going to ask if while
was
Jasmine
all
passed,
he
is there
did
any way
earlier.
to like cut the net open for him?
If you'd have got more than
A
one
crit.
success, I would say you can turn one of your successes into something else. But
I only got the single success on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be happy to sacrifice that if I was allowed.
Don't. What?
I'll just cut you out
Stop.
of the net.
Stop it. Do not try to cut me out of the net and get caught in the net yourself. Stop it.
no, because this will be Peter's choice. Peter, do you want to sacrifice your own success to try and save Cal from the net that's grappling him before he hits the foam beneath?
I mean, it's his buddy.
Do not. I'll be
Yes
mad
or
at
no?
you in real life if you do this.
Okay, I won't do it. I'll just go through it.
You
Oh
make
my
it to the other
God.
side of this, and when you do, standing there for a moment, you see in front of you one button before we go for break. There's no indication of what the button does.
All button to rule them all.
You can't see anything.
I'm oppressive.
It is a red button on a
Is it
plinth
Of course,
that
red
goes
bias.
down. You can't see cables. You can't see wires. You're not even 100% sure that the button is actually wired to anything and not just symbolic.
It could just be a Staples easy button.
Q will hold his hand above it and shout, "Together!"
Can I hit the button with Q?
I'm gonna let it. You can let that one rock, Chief.
He said together.
I mean,
Mhm.
he is,
Together, I'll put my hand on top
he's
of
my
you.
boss. He is my boss. So yeah.
Do all of you?
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
You place
Yep.
your hands on
Let's
top of
bring 'em
each
together.
other.
Tired.
the Lightspeed Rangers join you, and you push down. As you do, around the
Rocks fall.
Bomb goes
stadium,
off.
fireworks erupt up. In the color of the spectrums that you represent. And you are each given a story point.
Oh, thank you.
Now I have 4.
Now I have one.
Because it was only together that you could actually activate this totally symbolic button that does nothing but indicates to the individual in the, behind the booth with the fireworks that he does in fact need to hit the switch.
So shout out to
Or
Q
pull
for
the
telling
lever.
us together, and shout out to the lever guy for like seeing all of us pushing. He's like, well, clearly.
Pull the lever, Trunk!
Pull the lever!
Pull the
And he
lever.
did pull the right lever.
Way to go, guy.
Are you sure there were explosions?
But nobody
Why
got
do we
hurt.
even have that letter?
We all push the meaningless button, and an office building downtown explodes.
And as I said, we will be back in 10 minutes,
I mean,
everybody.
this whole thing is starting to look like a gender reveal party.
Ninja's
We're
having,
having a
baby.
rainbow.
As you stand on this platform with this button before you that you've all just pressed, the explosion of fireworks has gone off, and you feel a little bit of team spirit as you each get a story point. You would normally get a story point between you, but again, because, competing, we'll give you each a story
You get
point.
1/6 of a story point each.
Yeah, that'd be a bit mean otherwise. I'm not tracking fractions here, people. You look out across the stadium and see the crowd. There doesn't seem to be an empty seat, and everybody seems to be cheering, screaming, happy, and excited. There's banners, there's posters that people are waving about, cheering on their favorite ranger or rangers.
It says, "Go
Their
Sarah."
favorite team. Yep, probably. At this point, probably.
First, last name, and home
Yep.
address.
Go Big Sis, as Wyatt's in the background, just waving the banner, not thinking about it. Runs in the family, that bit. You look down because you now have to jump down to the platform beneath you. This one, again, I feel like I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you can skip the obstacle, you can. You will get 1 success flat out. Congratulations. You are having to descend 40 feet. There is a rope that you can slide down, which will require a very easy difficulty 10 athletics or acrobatics check. Or you can do shenanigans. It's your call.
Just swan
And
dive.
just because I've tallied up the points, we're going to go with Cal first
You gonna...
for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, because I lost? Because I'm last? Got it. Cool.
Who
Sick.
knows? I know.
Yeah.
Cal,
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to do as this rope is in front of you?
Don't.
Don't push Ninja off.
Wraps the rope
If
round
he
his neck
wasn't
and pushes
thinking,
him.
it is now in his head.
Heavy
You
breathing.
can see him hyperventilating. I might have broken Cal, people. It's normally me.
I'm gonna attack Ninjor.
Are you going to push Ninja off the obstacle? Like the
No, I was
platform?
never gonna. I was just gonna assault
Okay.
him.
Wow.
What am I gonna do with this rope? God, wrap it around Ninja's neck and
I was going to say,
pull.
why did that instantly get dark in everybody's head, or was it just me?
No, it got dark.
Okay.
Just you.
God, I don't know.
Are you going to fly?
I
Or are you
mean,
just going to...
yeah. Why would I roll when I could not?
Okay. Cassidy.
I'm gonna use the rope. So that's athletics or something.
Athletics or acrobatics. Or brawn, you know.
Yeah, I have nothing in that.
That is a 15.
15. Fantastic. That will take us to Peter.
Well, I got a 15 for athletics. I'm just gonna slide down the rope, dear boy.
Brilliant. Q.
I'm paying attention, I promise. Contemplating life choices. As I'm an aerialist dancer, do I get any kind of additional advantage on this?
I will let you make a performance check to pull that rope up and do some kind of strange craziness, but you will put the difficulty up
they're
to
not for you.
15.
Just do some aerial acrobatics.
Yeah, so that's a 17. I
Fantastic.
keep rolling the same number on my d20s.
Sarah. Again,
Greg.
if you want to do the same, difficulty will be 15, however.
Meow meow.
Nothing
Meow.
to do with you.
No. This is literally what like Sarah and
Yeah.
Kelsey have been training at for months.
I did think
So,
that.
We're gonna do it. I'm gonna spend one of my story points. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Sarah with the 2 degrees of success. Or with the success and an additional degree of success.
Huh.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Success and a critical. With a
Yep.
lovely critical 14.
She just
Fantastic.
slides down.
You each descend into darkness.
Enjoy.
Somehow. Some trick of the stage, the theatre, the way it's set up. You can see nothing before you. And then the lights flicker on. And you find yourself standing in what appears to be a stage set up like a museum. It carries on a long corridor for 40 foot. Obstacles scattered around. And right at the end, you see what appears to be some kind of wand or staff. So, people, obstacles in the way. It is a race. First one to the staff succeeds. There is only one staff.
There it is.
We need to pay people better.
You tell me what you think, like what you want to do. You've got one action, like basically one standard action you can take or move action you can take that will cross the entire distance.
I mean,
If you want to make like an athletics, an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna fly 90 feet straight forward in under
I
6
kind of felt that was
seconds.
going to be the case. Okay. So
Can
bear with me
I
1 second.
can
If you do that
sprint?
just like before, it'll be one success. So if you succeed, fantastic.
Okay.
But if somebody else comes up with something that manages to get them there before you somehow, so if you can
I-
teleport,
I'll have to think.
No.
that's fine. What I'll do is,
Yeah.
if I'm going to
All right, I'll punch
Pick
Q in
on
the back
Cal.
of the head.
You've only got one action though.
I
So
mean,
you could
movement isn't
slow
an action.
Q down.
Movement isn't an action, is it? So
You
if
could
I have a
slow Q
guaranteed one
down.
success, then I'm going to use my one action to make sure someone else gets worse.
Oh, is that what you really want to do?
It's the only thing this character is built to do.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll as you try to push. We'll go with push Q to the sides as you teleport
No, I'm not.
or
That's
fly away.
look. If I was attacking anyone, it'd definitely be Sophie because she can teleport. No, I'm not gonna do anything.
Sophie and Cal were like, one can fly, one can teleport. Who's gonna get there first?
The teleporting one, instantaneous movement is better. Period. It's just about distance, and this thing is close. This thing is in range, so Sophie wins that. I'm still just going to fly. There's nothing else to do.
Okay.
My acrobatics are bad. My athletics are bad. Yeah, there's nothing
I'm
else.
just gonna blink there. Bam. I'm there. 40 feet of movement plus follow through.
Yep.
So that's
Q.
Q is
65.
going to still holding.
Does that
his-
also count as just one success?
Yep.
assuming that he's still got Nerf version power sword,
Mhm.
will lasso onto Cal's ankle and like surf along. And as we get closer, he'll just heave on it to then swing round just ahead of him.
Make me a attack roll against
Yeah,
Cal's
hit
evasion.
the lowest defense in the world.
Sorry, Cat, your butt is where I need things.
Your fingers are
Ha. So, 25.
Since he's latched onto me, can I just spend some of my movement to fly straight up so he gets sent into the air and then punch him in the face?
At the moment, you've all got one success.
Sick. Love that.
So you're all kind of getting there at the same time because of your abilities kind of balancing out. Peter, I'm going to pick on you next.
I was trying to think because I can't use my Zeo ability because the only thing I can target is my
Oh.
fellow rangers.
Nah, that's stupid.
So I would just end up causing damage to someone. So all I can do is try and sprint.
Acrobatics, athletics. Try to make your way around the obstacles, around the other rangers. Use them as... You tell me. Use your creativity here, Peter.
Well, if I had it my way, I'd just use my lightning attack and use them as a
If you
bridge
want
to
to.
get me where I want to go, but I don't want to hurt anyone. So it's out of the picture. I'm
Aim
just-
it
Does
Wait,
it say target? Because
if-
the target
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to be a person.
Michael, I have a great idea.
It has to be an
Could be an
Enemy.
object.
You can actually attack scenery or objects.
Since Cassidy is there, attack Ninjor. You can take it.
Can I aim for like the podium that the staff's on then?
Yeah.
Oh, Peter!
Difficulty is going to be... It's nice and easy, to be fair. It's going to be a 18.
Nice.
Get a crit on this attack.
I didn't get a crit. I got
Wait,
a
did I read
21,
my
but I
thing
didn't
right?
get a crit.
21, so just a 1 degree of success for Peter.
Peter's the one I want
Sophie,
to win
have
the
you
most.
come up with something? Otherwise, I'll go to Sarah.
No, I was just gonna do a what is it? Double teleport situation because I can 45, however much teleporting I need to do to get there.
So that'd
I'm
be
good,
one
but
for
not that good.
Sophie, which last but not least then is Sarah. Everybody currently has 1 degree of success. Can you think of
All right.
something that might get you 2?
Maybe. I don't have any fancy movement boosting like everybody else, so we had to get weird. So we turn around, we face away from
I see where this is going
staff.
straight away.
I'm going to
I've seen
climb
Banshee.
on Kelsey's back, wrap my legs around her tightly, lean over her shoulder, and I'm just gonna scream us straight back at the stick.
Make me an attack
Gonna
roll.
launch.
Again, difficulty 18.
Well, Matt, can I ask, as I was like aiming for the podium, the thing, at the same time, could I have attempted to grab the staff, or would that have counted as an
Again?
additional action?
No, it's part of the attack, so you'd be able to sort of grab a hold of it. But at the moment, everybody's getting there at exactly the same time.
Would I be aware of this attack coming
Can't
from
get
Sarah?
Sharpshooter because it's right there.
Sarah's attacking the wall, sort of
Behind
behind
her.
her.
Ah,
to
right.
kind
okay.
of propel herself with the
Yeah.
Okay.
scream herself back. There was
like
a
reverse rocket.
a Irish mutant way
Banshee.
back when who would fly by screaming.
Banshee!
If I remember
Banshee.
correctly. Yep.
Yeah, Banshee. Yeah.
It was Banshee. I thought it was. I did say Banshee, I think, but
Oh my god.
anything to re-roll anything before we go any further, Sarah?
And you collapse the building
While Sarah's
down.
doing that, I'm just
None
going
of
to
that
ask
can
Cassidy
do
because she's
anything about that.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm a little
Sarah, I
excited.
just gave you an upshift.
So I forgot I had to attack an object to use my follow through.
okay.
So I
Make
just
me an
attacked a
attack.
random object and I have
Yep.
to like defeat it. I
did
rolled
not see
a
that. Right.
critical 26. And with a natural 20 as well.
So at the moment, for the record, people, Cassidy has 2 successes. Cassidy, our Phantom Ranger, is in the lead.
I changed my attack target to Cassidy.
You see why I was excited?
I do see why he's excited. I did see your hand sort of edge up. I was like, just
I know. I was like, I'm sorry.
I need to say this. Sarah, what does that bring you to?
No. Critical 15. Best I can do.
Yeah.
Critical 15.
As
Yeah.
the craziness ensues, because it is craziness, essentially you all charge forwards, perhaps forgetting the lesson that you learned only seconds previously, that
What
as a
lesson?
team you could succeed.
That's not a lesson. We've been doing that from the beginning.
And yet
We've
you
never not
didn't.
done that.
And yet you didn't choose it now.
Because
It's almost like somebody said that there's only one and we can't do it together.
6
No,
reasons
I
to
said
kill
there was only
Ninjor.
one, so one of you had to get it. You could have all put your hand on it at the same time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
because
wouldn't be
that's
one person
satisfying
getting
in a
it.
competition game.
Cassidy phases through all of the obstacles as she rushes forwards. A blur slices through the podium just a moment ahead of Peter and grabs a hold of what she now sees as she clutches it is a replica. Literally replica. Property of Ninjor Studios printed up the side of it. But as you grab a hold of it, as the group of you gather round, you recall that this is the same
Sarah lands on
object.
everyone.
Yeah, Sarah kind of collapses
Three of-
dreadfully. This is the same
Three of
object
us recall
that
the
Ryan
object.
went
3
for.
of us saw it. Yeah. Only 3 of us were there.
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
presume that
I
you would
can't
have
hear
told
what Matt
each
was
other.
saying.
Oh, sorry.
My audio cut out.
The staff. Did you hear me say about it being a replica?
I didn't hear what the replica was.
It's
Did
a
you say that yet?
replica of the object that Ryan retrieved from the museum when
Ah.
you guys, or when 3 of you guys were fighting them.
Okay.
I did presume that you had told the others that weren't there, and Cassidy being
Yeah.
the
Cassidy just knows.
watcher between the watchers kind of
I did
has an
my
inkling of what it was. And you begin to sort of see your successes and your failures in this obstacle course. The things that you've achieved together over time, but the times where the bad guys won as well. And this, unfortunately, is one of them. You come out
That
of
did
this.
not feel good for Sophie as she's remembering it.
You come out of this rather dark room into water, knee deep. You can hear the hum of technology. And ahead of you, the flicker of lights. There's only one path. And as you move through, you see more cardboard targets for you each to take down. However, where there wasn't a green Psycho Ranger there at the time, larger than life, this green Psycho Ranger cardboard target looms over the rest.
Oh, I'm a deck him in the schnoz.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the initiative order from before, which will bring us to Q going first, I do believe.
Off, go.
Oh no, because that initiative has kind of gone all over the place where we rolled non-combat initiative checks. So let's ignore that. I'm going to go down from where I've written everybody's name. So we go Q, Sarah, Peter, Cal, Sophie, Cassidy. So Q first. You have a selection of Psycho Ranger targets in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all between you and this
Big green
light
thing. So we're in water at the moment, or have we moved through
Just
the water and out
knee
the other
deep.
side? Okay, that's a shame. Because if it was a swimming thing, I was just gonna like spank Chad on the ass and go and grab on his ankle. You know, like in The Incredibles, when Mrs. Incredible becomes the raft.
You see essentially like lights
To the
move
Chadmobile.
on 3 different directions, one behind you and 2 to either side, moving into this great rock formation in the middle that's protected by these 6 Psycho Ranger obstacles.
Okay.
A facsimile of a Zeo crystal, a replica of a Zeo crystal that
This makes sense. Yeah.
was retrieved once before in a galaxy far away.
In which case, I'm going to run in and I'm going to viciously assault one of the Psycho Rangers.
Out of curiosity, which one do you pick? It doesn't make a difference. I am just curious.
I'm going to take out the black one. Is there a black one? That sounds very racist.
There is a black Psycho Ranger.
Yeah,
There is a green, red, blue, yellow, pink,
Clipping that.
and black. I was trying to figure out
And
which
black.
one I'd missed as I was counting them off on my fingers. I'm like, which one did I miss? The one you asked to attack.
The one I asked to attack.
Yeah. The difficulty of which is a 18.
Okie dokie. So, and that gives me that, where that gives me that and that. Shazam! $18.
Fantastic. Sarah, pick a color. Let me know what you're doing.
What if I wanted to hit more than one?
I'm not going to stop you.
How many can I get within 20 feet?
All of them, essentially. The room is not much bigger than
Alright.
20 foot.
All right. Sweet.
It's like a smaller version of the room that Q found himself in space.
Let's see. Hey, are we going? All right, I can target 2 of them. Cool. I guess it's more than one.
Okay. Which 2 do you want to attack?
I don't know. We're going to pink and black. It's appropriate.
The black one's defeated, so we've got pink, blue, yellow, red, and green.
We're going to do pink and green.
Okay.
I'm just gonna,
Difficulty 18.
Look, Peter.
As I said.
Wink in my helmet. You can't see.
Wait, did you just attack the green one?
Yep.
You.
I did, yeah.
You do cool things. I've never wished a fellow of my teammates to miss an attack more than I am right now.
Can you re-roll
Ones across the
anything on
board.
that dice?
You might have gotten it. Maybe I can re-roll that D8.
8.
Yes.
The D10. If you re-roll the D10 and succeed on a 10.
Could have missed.
Re-roll the 10. Oh, it's a 7. Yeah.
Oh, was it the 8 that was a 1? Yeah, it was the 8 that was a 1. In which case,
Yeah.
you will not be able to hit
Nothing I can do about
because of the
this.
base D20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do try
Dang it.
to
Why
take
am I
down
bad?
2 of them, but made of whatever reinforced cardboard or whatever it is, almost as if. And I'm not saying he did, but as an excuse for why maybe Ninjor tried to stop anybody from taking down more than one. It doesn't work out. Which brings us to Peter, who, let's all guess which color Peter's going to attack. Anybody think
Pink.
it's going to be anything other than green?
I'm
Yellow.
attacking 2.
Ooh.
I'm attacking obviously the green because I'm going to deck him in the
Twice. Yeah.
and the red.
Ooh.
I'm going to do my lightning goodness.
Flash.
17. Critical 27, dear boy.
Fantastic. Peter tears through 2 of them, and as he does, lands next to the Zeo crystal, which will bring us to Cal. Cal, if you want to try and take down more than one, there are 3 left.
Okay. I'm gonna triple strike attack.
So difficulty 18. They're all within.
Mm-hmm. And I still have my upshift from Dana, right?
Yep.
Okay, the first one does not hit. Second one. Does hit with a critical on the D6. And the third one, I don't actually get to roll all those dice. So the third one is just these 2 together.
D6.
Actually, do I still get specialization on this? Because I have my specialization
You
that I
don't
can't
get
say on
specialization
screen.
on the third one, but you would get an upshift.
Oh, it's an upshift? Okay.
If Dana's providing an upshift, you can still get an
I don't-
upshift on it, is what I'm saying.
I mean, does she want to do something else or?
Dana, I said. She's
Yeah,
with
no,
you.
yeah. So,
She's on your team.
yeah. Okay, so 2 hits on that. So,
Fantastic. So there is.
and then extra attack. I get to
We're
go
just
again.
doing the one action, so 2 of them down. But that is still
So-
2.
Okay, so you can't take extra attack.
Just because we're just doing like a
Okay.
quick sort of. Yeah, we've got. I'm going to ask Sophie and Cassidy to roll an initiative check to see who is going to get a chance to go first. Because at this stands, we've got 1 target left.
17.
Sophie?
Sophie, initiative check. She wins.
21.
I rolled a 21.
Fantastic.
Go right ahead.
It took me a minute to sort it out.
That's okay.
Okay, so power focusers, supercharged essence, Carter. Can I also aim?
Yeah.
Okay. And since there's no multiple targets, I'm not taking a downshift. Let's go. Oh, damn it. Wait. Oh, it's not a 1. God damn it.
No.
Ugh.
That does give Cassidy the
I'm
chance
so
to try
mad.
and take it down, though.
Sure
Can
thing.
Cassidy steal the win?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna use my Shadow Saber. And let's see what I get. Ba-doo! 18 exactly.
Fantastic. You take down the
Ugh.
last of these targets and stand in front of this large crystal formation that Q stood in front of once before. You know now, all of you, that it was a Zeo crystal created by tapping into the energies of the grid. And with Cassidy standing next to you, and to be fair, your own trip into space more recently, you can see these gates now for what they are. Gateways into the grid itself. The same sort of gateways that you opened to rescue Sophie. Someone at some point created 3 of them for the express purpose of just pulling power through. And you stopped the Psycho Rangers from getting what it was they were after. As you place your hands on the crystal, having sort of... So Q, go.
Can Q shout to the team on 3 and then go 1 and then he touches it straight away.
Jerk.
On 1, you place your hand on it and you feel a flash of energy, very much like when you touched the Zeo crystal the first time. But it's not until everybody touches it that the room shakes and the ground beneath you rises upwards, lifting you up into the center of the stadium.
I put Infernia into the crystal.
Nice try, Q.
As you touch the crystal, and as Cal sort of, it's hollow, it's a light show, this isn't the real thing. But again, an indication of when to lift the platform, and Infernia does kind of like, thank you, but I require real energy, not this
Damn it.
electric thing.
Every crystal we come across now, we're going to have to check it first for a label that says property of Ninja Enterprises.
On the bottom of it, if you turn
Yeah,
it
it's
over,
like-
it would just be like property of Ninjor Studios.
I put
Made in
Infernia.
China,
I put
property of
Infernia
Ninja.
into Ninjor.
The platform rises up until you are approximately 100 foot in the air, and lights are beaming on you from all over the stadium. Ninjor takes a few steps forwards, and Captain Mitchell begins to narrate once more. The Rangers have fought many battles throughout time and space, traveling to distant planets in different galaxies, fighting enemies, thankfully, that haven't made it to Earth.
Yet.
And their victories are much more important than their losses. And today, we'd like to thank them for everything they have done and all of the sacrifices they have made. The lights flicker, and Ninjor steps forward to place one hand on Cal's shoulder. It feels rather
Then stabs him.
strange to say this, considering your feelings towards me, but you are the victor in this competition.
I put Infernier into Ninjor.
You see, as you try this, as you kind of like, as you're, you know,
Just like
you're,
Infernier.
you're speaking
Really,
to
I'm not
Infernia.
doing anything. I'm just like,
No,
Infernier,
but-
get in there. Get
Yeah.
him, take him.
Ninjor
Ninja's
looks
like,
at
none
you.
of that.
And then turns his head and looks at Infernia.
Oh,
Cal
And
does
then
a
slowly looks back and just says,
Cal does a mental fist pump. Now it's like, thank God, it's not psychosis.
I'm sure you'll find her home soon. In fact, that's one of the reasons I've brought you here today, to talk to you all.
what?
Rangers, you do realize you've managed to forestall a great many calamities. But do you know what awaits for you now on the moon?
Trouble.
Probably pain.
Probably certain death.
The things that you have lost,
Mm.
the things that they got, she has them, not Rito. And she is preparing to draw the power from the Zeo crystal concealed within her palace.
So
I'm putting Infernia on the moon.
ah,
She'll never bother me again.
Can I just can Cassidy just make a assumption that it's Rita?
Pete too
Yeah.
would jump to this conclusion.
I mean, it's a fair conclusion to jump to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phantom Ranger.
I think we've heard that she's back. I think we
Oh.
got the big gold armor.
Yes, Rito dear, he did come here to free his sister and her, well, teacher,
Concubine.
Lord Zed. He had such potential, and then threw it all away, trying to clutch the same crystal she too now reaches for. But they learnt that lesson. They cannot touch it. Only somebody light.
Matami came.
Exactly. That's why they still have him. And the power they have accumulated, they are preparing a spell, the likes of which I have never seen before. I was hoping you would have friends here before it was time to, well, travel. But as much as I have reached out and made arrangements, as much as I have tried to speed their journeys, they are still some weeks away. And she is only days away from completing her ritual.
Send us to the moon.
I mean, I've got everything I need right here. She'll hip check Kelsey.
Ninjor,
Oh,
despite how I might feel about you, Fly me to the moon and let me kick its fucking ass. Let me show it what I learned in my moon jujutsu class.
Oh, Cal. Oh, my dear child.
I'm so proud
Oh,
right
Cal.
now.
Oh, Cal.
When the
I have
cow hits the moon,
Never been more proud of my
oh
team.
god, why?
I love how everybody is like, Rita this, the moon that, and Sophie is specifically bothered by one thing that has nothing to do with any of that. And she's just listening to this and is like, we have to go to the moon.
The Rangers and Ninjor disappear in a cloud of smoke.
Is it
As
glittery, please?
It is
No.
glittery,
Damn it.
leaving a
Just to
shimmer
piss Ninja off.
So
Yep.
much glitter. Yeah.
that he is not touched by. But you arrive in a cavern, deep, dark, and
I'm
impenetrable
gonna take my helmet
by the
off
eye.
with the glitter.
I was just about to say, Pete takes off his helmet and empties the glitter that somehow got into the hermetically sealed up armor.
it's
Ninjor
glitter.
still
On
has
Ninjor.
one arm on Cal's shoulder, and he kind of leans in close and says, I'm so glad you picked those words, because lights turn on, and before you, you see ships. Not exactly the same as Wanda. Each has their own style, their own unique flair. And
So
Ninjor
we
just
low-key just Phantom Rangers
You just gave us
all the way
whips.
down.
I can't believe Ninjor bought me a Lamborghini.
well. Where did you
Space.
think all of
Space
that money was
Lamborghini.
going to?
All the money you weren't paying us in royalties.
I mean,
The
definitely
props.
not my pocket. Yeah.
I may be a master of sorcery and the grid itself, but things still cost, you know.
Even
Metal is
I
metal.
don't mess with the IRS.
Oh. I have to eat, and you're using my likeness, not my permission. Anyway,
But spaceships.
so what? We're gonna go be Power Rangers in space now. We're going.
To the
I feel
moon.
like we need a new theme tune.
Only to the moon, of course.
Yeah.
You do have to survive the trip there, the fight, and the trip back.
Okay.
They will be waiting for you.
Infernia, I bought you a
Well, I
palace
mean-
on the moon.
Would Sophie be able to reach out to her parents to get some support? You know, because space.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of support is going to happen there, but she's
Hey.
like, if y'all are moving to space,
It's
can I
almost
get a
like
hookup?
things
Oh.
come to a circle.
I would
You know
like
she
to
still
say
hates
as-
space.
As soon as the
G.I.
ships
Joe.
were revealed, Pete has already disappeared into the cockpit of the one that is clearly for the Green Ranger.
Just pressing buttons.
It's like, ooh.
As
It's not quite my
Ninjor
dragon, but-
stares at these ships arrayed before you, he looks across at the Lightspeed Rangers and just, unfortunately, and he kind of looks up at his wrist as if he has a watch on, and 2 seconds later their own morphers begin to beep. And you hear Captain Mitchell's voice. Rangers, Ryan is back, and he's bringing trouble with him.
Yeah, shit.
So, does Sophie hear this?
You all hear this.
When it rains, it pours.
Not my concern.
Unfortunately, they did make
Impeccable timing on that guy's part. Any dimension.
agreements between them. They conquered one planet, the one they wanted. Rita would leave them to it as long as they, well, kept you busy.
Good. just hear Pete from the cockpit of his ship like, "We've got a Tommy to save. You guys handle that. Guys, let's go."
He's
Screw you
already
guys. I'm going to the moon.
he's already in his spaceship.
My engines are already going. Like I'm ready to go. Like
He
you
left
can
when
hear
none of us were
Pete-
paying attention.
You can hear Pete revving the proverbial engine, just like.
Sophie is having an existential crisis. Sophie is having an existential crisis. That's
Sarah's
what
gonna.
Dana, you got this?
I don't think we really have a choice. I have to save my
Are you
brother.
done?
Pat her on the back.
And-
That's the spirit. And then I go, and then I go get in the whip.
Sophie's. She doesn't take off her helmet, but the visor part comes off of her
He's
helmet,
such a good friend.
and she looks at Dana, like clearly not wanting to go to space, clearly wanting to go help.
I guess it comes down to this. You have your fight and we have ours. That was a very bad time for Sophie
we've
to
lost Anne.
vanish in the form of Anne. That
Got that-
Melbourne.
She,
Yeah, that's amazing.
she got
timing.
that thing from Dana, and then just boot him.
Yep. Four. We'll give her a second before
Dana
we
has
progress.
a conversation.
But
We're waiting. Q teleports into his
Okay.
ship.
Cal, you did win the competition. For the record.
I don't see how, because I took single
You
I
get a
took single
cookie.
successes on everything. I was
Because you
assuming
took a
someone who had
giant leap
multiple.
on the first few. Your first
Ah.
success gave you 4 points.
Ah. That athletics check to step up to the line.
No, the first attack against the putties. Fantastic.
Apparently Australian internet is garbage.
Dana does look at you in response and is just,
Here she comes.
it comes down to this. You have your fight and we have ours. And I suppose the only thing we can do is ensure that our fight doesn't hinder yours. Because if we don't stop them here, well, presumably if they've allied with them on the moon, they'll be heading there next.
Sophie just nods and says, "When I get back, I owe you a movie night." And then
I
she
think
reluctantly
like a spa
follows
day?
her.
maybe. I think we all
I mean, okay, fine. Deal.
mechanically having complete Ninjor's obstacle course, you are all rewarded with the additional Zord general perk.
Additional Zord?
Oh,
We all each have an additional
additional
Zord?
Zord general perk, not
That is
additional.
the general perk. Additional
general
Zord
perk,
general
yeah.
perk. The general perk additional Zord from across
the additional
from
Zord,
a jump
yeah.
through time.
Oh, right. I've not
Do we
heard of
all
that
have
in
to
the
share
session.
this one Zord?
No, you all
That's-
get an
We all get
additional
our
Zord.
own
You
land.
guys
Yep.
all get your spaceships. I get something
We
else.
all have a second. Though.
You do indeed, which we will
Get
talk
a
about.
pony.
You get
No,
dice
it's
to hang on the mirror of yours.
Yeah, I like that.
So
Get a Mustang.
Get fuzzy dice.
Get a
gonna be-
horse.
It's gonna be real awkward when the Griffin Zord sees this space car and knows deep in its heart I'm never talking to him again.
It's like, I am not talking to you. I have a spaceship now.
Yeah, the Griffin
have
Zord's
an
gonna see it and
idea.
be like, "Oh, I'm never seeing him again." Sick.
Firstly, Sabina, if your other Zord isn't a crow, I'm going to be really sad.
It can't be a crow. What would it be instead, Cass?
A raven.
It is a raven.
Excelente. Secondly,
I don't know
Pete,
what it is. I
cockatiels.
think that's what I was gonna go with. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Pete is already trying to figure out a way to combine the new ship with the Dragon Zord. Best of both worlds.
Stop it.
No. He will
Does the
fly, he will
ship
swim, he will do it all.
does the ship talk?
That will
It also
entirely depend
sentient.
on what we build between now and season 3.
Because Sophie just starts talking inside the ship.
Sarah,
Yes. So before we all apart, Sarah's helmet is gonna away. I'm gonna need you to take your helmet off, Kelsey.
God damn it. I mean, go get yours.
she tucks it underneath her arm and she's just like,
Right.
we don't really have time for this.
Perfect.
Like,
There's always time.
We're gonna make time.
Make
I
time.
need to look you in the eyes when I tell you. Sarah's gonna like grab the uniform. I love you. I'll see you soon. And just gonna full dip. Kiss her like there is no tomorrow.
Cal gets a picture on his T-Mobile
Even though there's
sidekick.
going to be a tomorrow.
who knows? And as the Thunder Rangers go off to one war and the Lightspeed Rangers go off to another, this is where we end season 2. Though on the moon, surrounded by relics of battles against Rangers, surrounded by sorcerous instruments, Rita prepares the ritual that will achieve the goal she so desperately wants. Rito, thinking still he is in charge, prepares his armies for war. And Lord Zed stalks the shadows of the tunnels, his claws scraping along. One thought: I will regain my power. Q.
Cool. So this Q buckles up. I'm assuming there's a seatbelt because, sensible. Spaceships without seatbelts are just an accident waiting to happen. So he sits down, he buckles up, starts charging engines and working out buttons. And he pauses for a second and his mind flashes back to a couple of weeks ago, the night of the Great Pasta Battle. And to just before that. So he was sorting some stuff out elsewhere in the command center, and he pinged Pete to come and join him. Hey, buddy, you got a sec?
Yeah, of course. What's up?
Just, do you know how we've had a lot of fights and some things have got hairy and we're going to a moon soon. I mean, it's great that we got Kim and we're totally going to get Tommy. There's something I need to say. Just in case.
Okay, it's starting to scare me a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, just if anything happens, if anything goes horribly wrong, and I can't lead the team, I need you to lead the team for us.
Pete's heart instantly breaking. People kind of look, kind of shocked, kind of zone out for a second, and then turn to Q and like, "Are you sure?" Like,
All you have to do is get people home safe. Nothing else matters.
Pete will take a deep breath. he'll reach his hand out to shake Q's hand, and as Q takes his hand, he'll just pull him in and give him a big bear hug.
And then Q shakes his head and snaps back to preparing to launch his ship.
Did anyone know how to fly a spaceship?
Oh my God, Sarah! Press
Plug your
autopilot.
PowerPoint in.
Right before Peter stole all of your pasta. Sorry, I
Yeah,
have to
and then he
point
saw
that
my
out.
pasta, so now I'm going to stab him in the back. We'll get to the
Trust
moon,
that
and then
guy?
you'll just see him get shot down. Yeah.
You trust that guy
Sorry,
with
wrong
me?
button.
The guy who stole your pasta? You trust that
This is
guy to
for the
leave?
spaghetti.
This was before the pasta incident.
We're going to do things ever so slightly different tonight because instead of asking you what your favorite scene is for today and your favorite scene for another player, and I appreciate this could be a little bit difficult,
Oh
so
my
I
God.
apologize. But in the last 45 episodes,
Oh my God, Matthew.
what point stands out most for
Jesus
you
Christ, man.
for your character?
Oh, good.
Oh, easy.
What's the one
Easy
thing
clap.
you would say is the most iconic of a moment?
Easy clap.
And because apparently it's so easy, we're going to go with Cal first.
If you're looking to ride the lightning, then let there be thunder. Truly no other option.
Peter has his hand up.
Mine would probably be giving Cal the dragon shield when he went to go fight the Decepticon, now Autobot.
Any volunteers? Because I do appreciate this is a...
An iconic thing for my character. My
Yep.
character's
I'll go.
nuts.
Cassidy?
She's
I've only been here a while, but when we were planning and building cast, I had this moment in my head for a long time, and the fact that we got to do it, Matt, was great. But Cassidy's arrival in the command center coming out of thin air, and just that moment sticks out in my head for so long, and then her mom. But that first moment, that first
And then
moment,
You're grounded.
You messed up.
and
Can
then
you
her
just
mom.
imagine, sorry, Cassidy's mum, whilst you're all thinking, just Cassidy's mum, sorry, mum, going to the moon, be back soon? No!
I
You're
will send her a
grounded.
text going, hey, going on vacation with friends for a while.
spring break.
Won't have
Bracket,
a
sea of
lot.
tranquility.
You are so grounded. It
Won't
is
have a lot of
unreal.
data. Bye.
But like, it's March, right? We could totally make it spring break. It'll be
It
an
is indeed
excuse.
March.
Love you, mom. Bye.
Any
Just tell your mom
volunteers?
you're going into spring break.
Going camping. Bye.
Okay, love you,
Yeah, it's just debauchery in Miami. It's fine.
I have a hard time. I have a hard time picking. I just love being Sophie on a weekly basis. I mean, obviously the Dark Timeline is like absolutely my top 2 favorite sessions ever, but like I think when I started leaning into her curiosity and started getting into like, oh, I'm doing research on the morphing grid, and
This
I
can't
think
go
that
wrong.
was
Yeah, this can't go wrong.
like, yeah, and then her screwing up and then feeling bad about it, and then it just kind of carried forward with Ryan showing backups. Like, okay, I gotta make things right, which, like that whole kind of through line in her character arc, I really appreciated. And then Peter just being Peter kind of did that, and I was like, yeah, so much for that. But yeah,
It
I think
worked,
just
didn't it?
that's not
Pete
the
would have
point,
Use only
dude.
response.
Pete would have
That's
expected
That's how it is.
anyone to do the same thing to him.
The point is that's not the point. The point is Sophie didn't, even when he specifically said she was allowed to. There's anyway, no, just I don't know. I love
You love
how
all
your
of it.
character out. I don't have a favorite thing. Or maybe when I don't know. I don't know. A favorite thing for me. Matt,
Okay.
you pick
Oh,
an
okay.
iconic Sophie
I'll
moment.
think whilst
I got
Q
one.
goes because okay.
Rubber
Let
duck.
Q go first because he had his hand
Oh,
up.
sorry.
But then
Yeah.
Go cute.
So I've been back through my notes from like all of the sessions. There are a lot to pick from, but I will go with Saving Kim. That was I have no
Ooh.
idea what on earth is going to happen with this, but I'm just going to keep trying. Yeah, Saving Kim was a very stressful moment for me as a player, but yeah, the payoff was amazing.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you want to go before me?
Go, Sarah, go.
If not, I can go.
I mean, there have been
Matt
quite
should
a
pick a
few
quintessential moment for each of us because he
good
loves us so
moments,
much.
Sarah. You should
One for each of
actually.
us.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Iconic moment.
I mean,
Go, Matt.
I just had a good one like 5
Well, I
minutes
mean,
ago. I've been
yeah,
waiting for the
I wanna
perfect
hear
moment
this.
to drop the L bomb on Kelsey, but I think I'll go with the power transfer.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is a quantum shift in like Sarah's outlook on life. That is in that pink infusion, because pink energy is some wild shit.
I'd like to say the whole way you painted the scene where you took flight for the first time was perfection.
Oh, it was so great. It was so beautiful.
Okay. I'm gonna pick a scene for everybody then.
Okay.
And then you have to pick one for yourself.
Matt's
That's more
most iconic
difficult.
moment is putting a post on roll20.com/forums asking if
Yeah,
people
like
wanted
a
to play.
year and change ago.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
it's
asking if
still
people
happening.
wanted to play.
Yeah, like wow.
This is Matt's moment. Is this
Yeah.
game?
This series, dude.
Peter's iconic moment, which is kind of controversial, I guess, because this isn't a good moment for Peter. But Peter's iconic moment is getting his butt kicked by
Mhm.
Golda
Have some humility.
because
getting
it
to
was
me.
such
Oh,
a
yeah.
Character defining.
yeah, it was huge. It was huge for Peter. It was a big character defining moment. It was like this is my greatest rival. You killed my mother. And for Golda, as much as I hate referencing this particular movie, it was a Tuesday.
I don't know why you hate referencing that movie because it is an amazing movie.
It's so bad. For Sophie, I think the interesting. So for Sophie, she came in as such I'm going to be a doctor, or I'm at least going to be, I'm pre-med. This is who I am. And the weight of all of these different things is just crushing. It's overwhelming. There's too much. And I can't do it all. That moment when she realized she can't take on everything and she has to pick what to put to the side. And she put away this dream that she came to this show with that was, her dad was a big thing. And he was very accepting of that. But that was a real big thing for who Sophie started as. And she's still a healer, but she's just as much a fighter. For Cal, I'm going to go with the moment he actually turned to his team and
told him he
laid
was
it
a
all out.
sociopath.
Yeah, laid it all out. This is what has happened. And I can't lie to you guys anymore because I think you guys are actually my friends. I think you might be the closest thing I now have to family, other than the voice in my head that actually isn't a voice in my head.
so crazy that never came up again. Honestly.
We've just not had time. We've been too busy.
Yeah.
It's on
For
Pete's
Sarah. See, I want to go with the moment that Sarah became the Pink Ranger because that's the easy, not the easy one to go for, but that's the big one. That was huge. But because you've gone for that, I'm going to go for the moment that Sarah found Wyatt.
Oh,
Because even though she found Wyatt and she recognized Wyatt, she still chased down Ryan.
that's a good one.
For Q, I'm going to say when he came back from space, because there was a lot of doubt for Q about, the Red Ranger as leader. This is the role that they've got in front of them. How do I lead this team? And getting a chance to speak to his mentor was cathartic in a lot of ways, but also helped to solidify that for Q and help to shift what that meant going forward. And was a fantastic bit of interplay between them two.
So great.
And for Cassidy, I loved the arrival. We had worked on that. It was something that we definitely wanted to do from the moment it was just like, I want that back. Finding her mum.
Oh yeah. That was a big one. That was a tearjerker.
Yep. And for myself, as Cal said, like as Panic said, a year and change on. All of this. Yeah. So, thank you everybody for.
Hey, guess what? I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you.
As I was going to say, thank you everybody for being here for this crazy ride. It's going to get crazier.
Let's do it.
On the moon. We swing the moon. We steal the moon. We sit on the toilet.
Guys, gonna make a detour at my parents' house on the space base.
Station.
The space station.
Yeah, you hit it up. I'm gonna figure out how to ghost ride this whip.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for hanging around, for joining, and join us soon for season 3. There will be a few weeks before we resume, but there will be some more stuff coming soon. So keep an eye on the social media, which is tiny but growing. Join the Discord and
Space.
Our final.
I have not made
Side quest.
what's it for that? But there is also social media handles. Yeah. We'll see you soon, guys.
Side quest.
May the power protect you.
Bye.
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 Later.